Have you ever looked at a couple and thought, how? How did he get her? You followed all the rules. You were stable. You were the nice guy. And you still got blindsided, left wondering what on earth you missed. Men, you've been lied to. You've been told that attraction is simple. That it's just about looks, or money, or being alpha. But the truth is far deeper, far more chaotic, and frankly, a little frightening. Women don't always sleep with men just because of love or raw physical attraction. It's often driven by forces they might not even admit to themselves. Hidden drivers rooted deep in their psychology, in a need for status, a thirst for rebellion, or a desperate desire for escape. And if you don't understand these, you will always be the one getting blindsided. You'll be the one she calls a great friend, while she leaves with the man who, seemingly, has nothing to offer. This isn't about blame. This is about truth. From a Stoic perspective, we seek truth, no matter how uncomfortable, because in that truth, we find our power. Today, we pull back the curtain. We're going to break down the 4 secret drivers that push women into bed. And I promise you, the fourth one. The fourth one is the saddest, the most common, and the one that emotionally destroys most men. You must hear it. The first hidden driver isn't your muscles. It's not your bank account. It's emotional validation. Forget the Hollywood myth that women only care about physical attraction. The driver most men never see is the craving to feel truly, deeply, seen. Think about her life in the modern world. She is bombarded with shallow male attention. Likes, DMs, thirsty comments, faceless validation. Most of it feels cheap. It means nothing to her. Then, you come along. But you don't just look at her. You see her. You make her feel like the only woman in the room. You listen. You remember the one small detail she told you weeks ago, the detail everyone else forgot. You make her laugh when she expected to be bored. In that moment, you have bypassed all her defenses. You've given her an emotional high. This sensation is intoxicating. It flips a switch. It actually overrides her physical checklists. This is why you see women date men who are shorter, older, or less conventionally attractive. It's because those men triggered her emotional craving to feel like she mattered. She feels chosen. And that is a sensation she will chase. But wait. How do you do this without being a simp? How do you validate without suffocating her with desperate attention? The Stoic knows the answer. It's not over-the-top compliments. It's genuine presence. It's the restraint to listen more than you speak. It's when you affirm her worth, without losing your own. That balance is incredibly rare. When she feels truly seen by a man who is grounded in himself, her body often follows her emotions. But this can also be a trap. Which leads us directly to the next driver. The second hidden driver is rebellion. And men, we almost always underestimate how powerful this is. Many women live their lives inside invisible cages. Family expectations. Societal pressures. Their own internal good girl identity that they secretly resent. She's supposed to behave. She's supposed to be proper. She's supposed to follow the script and want the safe guy. But desire, my friends, thrives in rebellion. When she meets a man who represents something outside her cage, sleeping with him becomes less about the act itself, and more about liberation. This is the secret of the bad boy. It's not the tattoos or the leather jacket. It's the energy of defiance. He symbolizes freedom. Unpredictability. A little bit of danger. For a woman trapped in a life of routines and rules, that energy is irresistible. By giving herself to that man, she feels like she's breaking free. She might swear she would never sleep with someone on a first date. Until she meets the man who excites her enough to shatter that rule. She may even break her own rules, telling herself, "I never do this," while her body betrays her words. Stoic psychology warns us about this. Passion often overrides our declared principles. But here is the danger. And you must hear this. Never, ever, mistake rebellion for love. You were the spark that broke her cage. But once that rebellious high fades, she may return right back to her old patterns, or go chasing another thrill. The Stoic understands this. He doesn't get attached to her act of defiance. He remains the mountain, solid and grounded, while she is the storm passing through. He knows it was about the liberation she felt, not necessarily about him. This is very different from the next driver, which is far more calculated. This next one is an uncomfortable truth. One that men really don't want to accept. The third hidden driver is social clout. Status. Sometimes, a woman sleeps with a man not out of love, or even raw attraction, but because of the power that comes with it. Her desire isn't for the man himself. It's for what being with him represents. We are all status-driven creatures. A man with resources, influence, or social clout doesn't just bring himself to the table. He brings access to a higher tier of life. Think about it. Celebrities, athletes, powerful businessmen. Many aren't conventionally attractive. But they rarely, if ever, struggle for female attention. Why? Because sleeping with them provides an ego boost. It offers tangible benefits, connections, or even just bragging rights. It separates her from the faceless crowd of women who didn't get him. Sounds cold, doesn't it? But look at your own social media. We all post our wins. We all crave social proof. This is just the raw, biological version. To her, the act can be transactional at its core. She gives intimacy, and in return, she receives a badge of elevated social proof. The Stoics would call these externals. Things outside of our true virtue that people chase to feel validated. The trap for a man with status is ego blindness. It's easy to mistake her hunger for your clout as genuine desire for you. She's not chasing you. She's chasing the social currency attached to you. As the Stoics warned, anything built on externals crumbles when those externals disappear. A true Stoic builds his worth on internals. On his character. He knows his value is not in his job title or the car he drives. He can enjoy the attention that comes with his success, but he is never fooled by it. He knows what is real. But even this transactional nature is nothing compared to the final, most dangerous driver. The one I warned you about. We've arrived at the fourth hidden driver. And it is perhaps the saddest, and most destructive for the men who get caught in it. It's not validation. It's not rebellion. It's not status. It is emotional escape. She sleeps with you to use sex as therapy. Life is heavy. Many people today are carrying unresolved trauma, deep loneliness, or a profound inner emptiness. Instead of facing that pain, they chase moments of distraction. And sex becomes an outlet. Not because of deep attraction, but because it numbs the pain. It silences the overthinking and provides temporary relief. This is the woman who sleeps with you right after a bad breakup. Not because she's moved on, but because she's desperate to distract herself from the grief. This is the woman who gives herself to someone she barely knows, just to fill the void of loneliness for a single night. For her, the intimacy isn't about him. It's about anesthetizing herself from the emotions she cannot face. This is why so many women admit to sleeping with men they didn't even like. The driver wasn't attraction. It was therapy. From a Stoic lens, this is the most dangerous dynamic for you. Why? Because you risk becoming her coping mechanism. You'll feel the intensity. You'll feel the connection. And you'll mistake it for genuine desire. But she doesn't see your true worth. She only sees you as a temporary escape. You are a bandage on a wound. And here is the harsh truth. A woman who sleeps with you to escape herself will never stay with you. Because once the high wears off, she's left facing the exact same problem she ran from. And you? You were just a temporary part of the distraction. So now you know. Validation. Rebellion. Status. Escape. You might be feeling cynical right now. Confused. Maybe even angry. So it's all a game. It's all manipulation. That is the reaction of an average man. But you are not average. You are here, at the Stoic core, because you seek to be something more. A Stoic does not hear this information and become bitter. He hears it and becomes free. You are now free from the confusion. Free from the nice guy paradox. Free from wondering why she chose him and not you. You cannot control her hidden motives. You cannot control her past trauma, her desire for status, or her need for validation. Those are externals. But you can control you. You can control your presence. You can control your principles. You can control your own internal validation, which is the only validation that truly matters. The goal is not to use these drivers to manipulate. That is the path of a weak man, a man who builds his house on sand. The goal is to build a core of virtue so strong, so grounded, that you are immune to being destroyed by them. Be the man who provides genuine validation, because you are fully present. Be the man who has a frame so strong that her rebellion either calms beside you, or breaks against you. Be the man whose status comes not from his possessions, but from his character. And be the man who has the wisdom to see when a woman is just seeking an escape. And has the strength to walk away, because you know you are not a bandage. You are a fortress. This is the Stoic path. It's not about getting the woman. It's about becoming the man who is worthy of a great woman. And who has the wisdom to see the difference. Build your core. Stay grounded. And stop being blindsided.